Good afternoon. I think we are live. Just have to check real quick how the audio is and statistics for nerds. About a 5-second latency. That's doable. Right. Who is here already? I saw the embedded hobbyist. Good afternoon, welcome. Who else is here? Not a lot yet, but that's maybe because it's Easter. I don't know. In the Netherlands, we have 2 days of Easter. I don't know if that's the same everywhere else in the world, but this is a holiday. And normally you spend it with family or go to like shopping malls and do all sort of weird things. But that's out of the question now. So a lot of people are at home, I'm hoping, of cooking dinner. What are you cooking today? Anyway, it's a holiday and people are usually with family, but now they're just at home hanging about. And David Le Gaulle, am I pronouncing that all right? Good afternoon, welcome. So I thought I'd do another live stream and cottage pie. Sounds good. Close enough. All right. I'll just keep saying David. That part is easy. What was I saying? All right. So I thought I'd do another live stream, and this is kind of where I left off the last time. 2 Arduinos talking to each other over RF using the RF24 module and the RF24 library as well. And one is collecting magnetometer data and sending that to the other one. And today I thought I'd do some code cleanup. Let's switch to the Arduino IDE. I have 2 empty sketches right now, compass receiver and compass transmitter, and the idea is to combine this sketch, which is wrong one, which is this sketch for sending RF data, and this is a simple compass sketch, to combine them into one sketch on the receiving end and use the RF sketch to do some no, of course the compass has to go on the transmitter side, and the compass has to go on the transmitter side, and the well, I'm gonna use, let me switch back, I'm gonna use for now this OLED screen, so I need the UAG library as well. And if I have some more time today, well, it wasn't today actually, I received it Friday but unpacked it today. This, maybe I can get in a bit closer. Well, no, but anyway, it's the MCU 6050, and this is a 3-axis accelerometer and gyroscope, and I need that because the magnetometer is gives you false readings when you tilt it in the X or Y axis, and you need to compensate that, and you can do that by using one of these modules. So if I have some time left, I'm going to try, and because this is also SPI, I'm not sure. Hey Dave Odessa, good afternoon, welcome. I'm going to try and hope that they're not the same I2C address, so I can put them on the same Arduino. But for now, I'm just going to do some code cleanup, and actually it's more code combining. How's everybody else doing? Alright, so I'll begin with the transmitter side, and for that I need just go to the top here, I need to include this. I also need the wire library. Excuse me. I'll just copy these over. What else do I need to include? I need to include SPI, and I need to include the RF24.h. And then I need to create an object for the compass and an object for the radio. Copy. And what else do I need? Do I need serial? Yeah, for now I do. So I'll just copy all this over and go void setup. Oops. The wire begin, and I also need radio begin. What else do I need? I need to set PA level. I don't know if that's necessary or that's done by default, but I'll put it in anyway. What more do I need? Oops, wrong one. So for the transmitter, I need to open a writing pipe. Where do I do that? Over there. Alright, yeah, I need an address. And actually I only just need one address. So I'm just gonna do it like this. One address. Put that over there. And the address is, doesn't really matter. I'll just pick a number. 3500, that's the first postal code from the city where I live, in Utrecht, the Netherlands. Doesn't really matter as long as it's the same on both the receiver and the transmitter. Oops. Paste addresses. No, I just need one address. So I don't need the role because I'm giving them fixed roles. So one's the transmitter, one's the receiver, and I can send some data from the receiver to the transmitter as well in the payload if I need to, but for now I don't see a reason why. Maybe later when it's all up and running and it's working, maybe I want to have the opportunity to send some configuration data from the transmitter to the receiver, the other way around, from the receiver to the transmitter, so I don't have to go all the way to the compass and change some settings I want to change. But for now I don't need that. where was I? Radio begin, radio number, and then actually I also don't need to start listening on the transmitter. I just need a radio dot write and actually write something, but that's in the loop already. Is this still on camera? Yeah, it is. I need to actually, this is about it, isn't it? Because in this example sketch, it checks whether or which role it is, and if it's 1, which is receiving role, it stops listening and starts sending. And actually all you need to send something is this line, and this is the packet you are going to send, and this is then the size of that packet. So if and I'll do that at the top for now, I know the magnetometer, the QMC 5883L, is sending four values, which is the x-axis, the y-axis, the z-axis, and the temperature as well. Only I didn't find that in this library. It has the option of sending the temperature, but it nowhere is actually reading the temperature and sending that, and I don't really need that. But each of these values is what is it? It's 2 bytes, so 16-bit. So what I'm going to do is make a variable int, and it's a 16, and for now I'm just gonna give that, it doesn't really matter for now, I'm just gonna give it a hex address of, or a hex value of 01. And let's call that for now, let's call that X. And over here I'm going to send X, and the size of that is the size of X. And I think that's all I have to do. Oh yeah, maybe put in a delay. 1 second. It's a bit long for me, so I'll just do a delay of 500 milliseconds. I think this is it for now. Let's see if this, let's first save it. Let's see if it compiles. A redefinition of void setup. Wait, what? How did that happen? Something weird is happening. Why is that a redefinition of setup? Is it is it compiling all of them now? That was not what I wanted to do. Maybe this doesn't really work the way I want it to. I'll open it in a new, not in a like a tab, but in a new instance. Where did it go? I'll move this over here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm looking for the, what was it, transmitter. I have to open that like this. I didn't know that. I thought I make it a bit easier for you guys to see and put it in different tabs, but it seems to just compile all of them instead of, well, just one. So let's copy this. Put it in here. Save it. Now compile. Okay, what did I do? What did I do wrong? Oh, yeah. I'm missing one of these. Come on. There we go. Right. So that's the very basic transmitter side of the code, which is going to be on this one, and then just powered by a power bank. It's charging at the moment, an 18650 cell. So I'm just gonna upload this real quick. Hope my camera doesn't freeze. No, it doesn't. Great. So I can't remember if this was the Atmega 168 or the 328p. I think this is the 168, so I'm gonna stick with that for now, and I'll let you show what I'm doing. I'll show you what I'm doing. It's the Nano, the Atmega 168, COM17. It's the only other COM I have. COM1, I don't know what that is. Probably nothing. AVR ISP Mark II. Right. Upload. Alright, so this should be sending every 500 milliseconds a 1. So let's unplug this for now and move to the other one, which is the receiver. And there is the OLED on there, but I'm not going to use it for now. I'm just going to check whether the transmitter is actually transmitting something. So I'm just gonna close. How do I close this? Like this? How do I close a tab? I have no idea how to do. Oh wait, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Does anyone know how to close a tab? Yeah. David, I never tried the Arduino. I'm new at MCU program, but I got off. Not MCU. Well, blinking an LED, that's the first win. I remember the first time I started playing with microcontrollers, and that was one of these Arduinos. And the first time it actually blinked, and I kind of understood what I was doing. That was a really good feeling. I don't have any experience with Lua. I do have some experience with the ESP8266, and well, the same thing I had with the RF. I started with Wi-Fi and later on tried RF, but it's really satisfying to send something or actually receive some information. It's really weird. Even though it's just, in this case, a 1, it's really fun to see it actually working. Right, what was I about to do? Can't remember. Oh yeah, right. So for this I need almost the same things. So I'll just copy all of it and close this and open a new file. Let's save that as receiver, and it's this one. Where is this all coming from? I don't know. Save, yes, replace, it's okay. Just as a reference, I'm going to open up the RF library example. It's in here, Arduino libraries, and I think it is, where is it? I'll do it in another way. I'll do it like this. File examples, all the way down here, ARS24, getting started. That's this one. It's a bit small. Let's resize that. And in this case, there's not really a lot different, but instead of opening a writing pipe, I need to open a reading pipe. This is the receiver, right? Yes. Which listens, is tuned to this pipe, which is the same as on the transmitter. In this case, I also need to include the start listening. I'll do that over there. And for the listening part, I need while radio available. I need this, while radio available. And I need radio.read. And not write. And I believe for this part I do need the, is this called an ampersand? this ampersand is a pointer, I guess, and I believe I need that in the read, but don't need it in the write. So oops, size of x, and in this case x, let me make that, well, let's not do anything. Is this gonna work? Let's put x to 0 for now. Hi David, welcome. I'm just doing some kind of boring coding. Last time I got the MCU, no, it's not the MCU, it's this one. It's the magnetometer. I got it working, and also I got it transmitting to a receiver. I'm just cleaning up the code and making it as simple as possible. And thought maybe people, 3 Davids. There's a David, there's another David, and a Dave. Yeah, correct. It's the NRF 24, and basically you don't really need a lot of code to send some data between the 2 modules. I tried it a few years ago, and for some reason I got stuck. But with this library, it's really simple. Last time it took me about 1.5 hours to not get the magnetometer to work, but the RF part, that was like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Very simple. Right, where was I? This is set to 0 for now. Radio.read. I need to read x, which is the size of x, and that should be in a. Hey James, good to see you, mate. Where was I? No, this is not the right one. Did I close it? Let's open it again. All right, it's this part what I need, not this. Oh, this is the transmitter. Where's the receiver gone? Yeah, it's the whole watts thing that will, yeah, it happens. I'm kind of used to it. Another thing I'm used to in the Netherlands, Dustin's not really a well-known name, but Justin is, especially with the whole Justin Timberlake. So people usually just call me Justin, and I don't really care anymore. It's fine. It's close enough. When people pronounce my name wrong, I kind of feel like a dick, or excuse me, a bleep, when I keep correcting them. Alright, if radio available, while radio available. I don't really understand this, but it works. And need to read X, which is the size of X, and I need to do something with that, and I am going to, this shouldn't be in the while loop, by the way. This should be the if loop. Serial dot print line, just print X. This should work. Right, what did I do? Open reading pipe. No matching function to call. What? Why not? Wait, I just realized I don't need this because there's no compass on this side. Let me clean that up real quick. I also don't need the wire begin. Don't need this. And I also don't need this. Let's save this. I don't know, what's this? Why doesn't it do open reading pipe? It's in the example sketch. Did I make a typo? Oh yeah, I remember. I need to add 1 kilowatts. Compass was not declared. No, I know. I forgot to delete that. All right, that compiled. Excuse me. That compiled. So now let's upload that to the other Arduino, which is a Atmega 328P, which has the old bootloader. It's on COM17. Program is the same. Upload. Oh, and of course I can't check whether it's actually receiving something because this is now unpowered. So let me get my battery power bank. Battery pack. Cheap. It's a cheap, I actually bought this at Poundland. And I also need a cable for that, which should be this one. Plug that in. I hope it's charged enough. Make some room. Alright, that powered up. Now the question is, if I now open the serial monitor, am I receiving something? It's the wrong baud rate. 9600. It is receiving something. It's negative. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's okay like this. Now wait, what should I do? Yeah, if I now swap these back, I should be able to send some raw. It's not want to come out. That's in there very tight. Move this aside for now. Go back to the, let's go back to the Arduino IDE first. And don't need this anymore. This is the transmitter side. And let me open up the documentation for the QMC. Keep forgetting QMC 5883L, and let's see if we can send some raw data. First I have to open a new Firefox window. And it was the QMC. The library I used was this one by DT Hein. I don't know how to pronounce that. And in the documentation it says you can read the raw heading like this. And what I want to do is read the raw heading. I'll just copy that and send that to the receiver and do all the calculations you need to do to get a heading out of that on the receiver end. And I was kind of playing with it yesterday, and I started learning about, I didn't even know how that worked, signed and unsigned integers and how that works, and how you can use a 2's complement. Didn't know what that was. 2's complement to add, or not add, but to how do I say that? To store a negative integer into only positive bytes or bits. And actually, I was thinking about you, James. You did a video a while back where you explained how you could calculate and multiply just bits while you were designing your pipeline. And I didn't fully understand it at the time, and that's because I don't really fully understand how bits and bytes work, and I'm not really familiar with binary, but it kind of made sense. So what I'm trying to do is this function. Yeah, I never did that. I do it the no, after you explained it, I understood it a lot more than I did before. The thing is, I never had a need for it until I think it was yesterday when I was reading how to do this, and I was reading how to do this, and then I tried to figure out how to do this, because there are now 4 integers which are all 16-bit, which are signed. This function, I believe, returns a value for all these 4 integers, and then have to send all of them from the transmitter to the receiver. And I was thinking, but please correct me if I'm wrong, if I do it like this and make what was I planning to do? I think if I do this and size of R, this should send all that data over that writing pipe to the other side. Wave lurking. Tabletonics, welcome. Good. Well, I guess it's morning where you are. Good morning. So would this work? Let's first see if it verifies or compiles. Expected. Oh yeah, typo. Well, probably not that. So I just, before I do anything, maybe just excuse me, just do a print to see what it actually spits out. Would that work? Oh, no, don't print X. It's print R. Yeah, you're pretty right. I made that same mistake yesterday. I was somewhere else trying out the code and I didn't have the module. But yeah, this just returns a 1 or a 0. So I could do like if not, where's my exclamation mark? Just do it like this. Oops. Serial.print line. Oops. No, wait, if not, then oops, and then else. Print. Maybe do it like this. I remember now, this is where I was yesterday. Print X. I suspect the thing you want to do is declare a struct. Struct compass reading. Alright, so now we're getting into the abracadabra again. Then declare a variable of that type and read the data into that. Right, so can you explain that a bit more? For now I'm just gonna continue on my chosen path and see if this works. Let's do the lazy way. Yeah, my idea was to wait, what was my idea? Oh, right, yeah, to create an array in which all these values were housed. I don't know what you call that. And then send that array. But for now, I'm just going to see what actually the compass.read raw returns. I'll do that like this. This should be print line. That's x, y, z. X, y, z, and t, I mean. Actually don't need this. Makes for more readable code. Like readable for, so is that more like, oh right, what did I do? Transmitter 36, expected before else. Yeah, that was the first thing I needed to do. X, Y, Z, and T, of course. I usually miss brackets, but then I have to find where. Oh, there it is. I usually use just compiling a sketch as a spell check. Did I forget anything? Because it just tells me. R was not declared. I know I didn't mean to do that. Right, let's upload this. Now we're back to the 168 again. This is really annoying. I wish I had just 2 nanos with a 328p on them, but I don't. I can be very consistent with my bad spelling, so my code compiler. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of coding experience at all, and most of the things I do are so I can read it and I can understand it, and it's actually not meant for anyone else to read and understand. So I guess all these, if you look at the code, all these new lines and indentations, they're kind of weird, but to me it looks organized. So I know, well, this is the section where I do all the else stuff. I know in Python, for example, it really matters if there's what the indentation is, but in, at least here in, this is C++, I believe, it doesn't really matter. So I format it the way I think it's readable. But anyway, back to the 168 and upload. Oops, do it again. Done. Now what are we going to see if we open up the serial monitor? I'm happy with that. And if I change the orientation of the board, the numbers should change. And they do. Great. So now as you can see, the T, which is temperature, is not red. I don't know why the person who wrote the library didn't read the temperature from the registers. Maybe it's not there because this is not the HMC but the QMC. But for now I don't really care about the temperature. So I wonder if I can just leave that out. Well, of course I can leave it out here. So now my idea was to create an array which will hold X, Y and Z, and then over here in radio write, instead of print, I'll just copy that over. Instead of printing it, I want to write it, not write. And I'm going to, so should I do this creating that array outside of the loop, so just over here in the beginning, and then in this if statement fill it? Because this code, this from the example, this was here, but I believe it doesn't really matter. I can put it here as well. As far as my knowledge goes, if you declare a variable inside, in this case the loop for example, it's only accessible in the loop. Whatever makes the most sense to you. Well, to me it makes the most sense to put it here, because these are all the variables, well, not all of them, but a few variables that are used in this sketch. So I can see in an instant what is being used. Hey Aaron, good afternoon. Or should I say Elaine? So the int is, I'm just gonna call it mag, and it's a array, and for now, oh wait, should I just put in, I'm not sure anymore how this works. Is it like this? And then thanks for that, James. T and can I now in this if statement put all these variables directly into the array, or do I have to do it like this? Mag equals, and then fill it like that. I have no idea. Can't remember how I did it yesterday, which I don't know if it works because I didn't have the Arduino over here, but it did compile, but I can't remember. Okay, that should make it a bit easier. then it's mag, mag 0 is then x. What happened? Mag 0 x, mag, probably need the ampersand, right? Because that's the pointer. That's a word I learned recently. Mag 1, mag 2. Oh, ampersand 2. Oops. Right, so I don't want to read the temperature. Don't know if I have to, and then just do nothing with it, or can I leave it out? Don't know. Let's see. Alright, I'll just do it anyway then, and just do nothing with it. Am I now missing a bracket again? Oh, this shouldn't be here, this should be there. And just do nothing with it. Now I have to change this to mag, and then size of mag. Let's try this. T was not the, oh yeah, I removed it. What was it? U int. No, it's not a U int. It's an int 16 T equals. Well, don't have to do that. It's just like this. All right, let's upload that. And for now, I need the receiver code. I also need the int 16 T mag, and it holds 3. I can make my life a bit easier by just copying this. Read, and in the serial print I need that. Read while available mag, size of mag, and these values should be mag 0, oops, one and 2. Did I declare that right? And 16. Let's first see if it compiles. Let's do a spell check. Right. This is looking good. I shouldn't have said that actually. Now this is the 328 again. Sip of water. Let's open up the serial monitor. Oh, it's of course doing nothing. I have to plug in the transmitter. Can't believe it. See, if I change the compass, the actual values are changing. Well, that works. I can't believe it. I'm seeing it, but I really like it when I have something in my head, how it should work, and then it actually does work. Because usually when I'm doing Arduino programming type stuff, it gives me all kinds of errors and I have no idea why. Because to me things then make sense, but apparently to the Arduino IDE or the compiler it doesn't really make sense. So what is the next thing? What's the time actually? Oh wow, that's 1.5 hours. That went really fast. Suspicious that all 3 hours are negative. Yeah, there. Yeah, I can show you the documentation. It's over here. The reason I think it's all negative is because, and I'm not sure, because this is what I was trying to teach myself about yesterday. It is all in a 2's complement. So the measurements are not recentered yet. If you look at the original code where it doesn't read raw from the magnetometer, but it reads, it just gives you the heading. No, that's not the way I want. Wait, let me grab it. Documents, Arduino. I'll open up the CPP file. It does some calculations with that values, with those values, and makes a heading out of that. That's, well, I'll open it like this. Is it gonna open it? So excuse the notepad. Don't have any. On my MacBook I have Sublime Text, which I really like, but I didn't install it on my computer here. So this is then how you normally would call it, read heading, and it does the read raw, and it does some calculations with the X and Y values. I'm not really sure how it does it. I need to familiarize myself a little bit with the code. But my idea was to do this on the receiving end and not on the sending end. But what I can do is just copy all this for now. Where's Arduino? To the receiving end. Instead of printing all the raw data, do some calculations with it. So I can remove this. and just then print dot print heading serial dot print line heading. I don't know if I need to declare those. I think I do. Probably will complain. Thanks for joining me today, Dave. Enjoy your wine and your dinner. See you next time. Just need to do these real quick. I'll do it over here. What was it? X high? Oh, and Y low and Y high. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. I didn't do that. I removed that. This is actually in 16. How does it work over here? Oh, that's not in here. That's in the other one. Yeah, these should be int 16 as well. $16_t, 16_t, 16_t. The XY high-low values are initialized. Since you only update them after checking the previous value, you get some weird results. So should I do it like this? Give them an initial value. X low is X high equals X. That is something I do not understand. How is it done in here? All right. This is done during the calibration. What you're just typing. X low is X high is X. Oh, it's actually 0. How is it range? Since the range of X was the x we saw in the earlier execution was always negative, so x high would just stay at 0. If they do, it's probably works. And should I do that each time around or just once in the code? For example, in setup or something. So just somewhere here in just here like this, x low equals x high equals x, and then the same thing for y, I presume. Then I don't need this, right? What I do not need is 16 is x and y. Nope. That is really weird what I'm doing now. Alright, so I hope I declared everything right. Redefinition of x. Alright, I already did that. Why? Oh, this is from the old bit. I'll just remove that. Alright, let's upload this and see what happens. That's usually how things work when I do things. See what happens. Nothing. Did I? Why doesn't it do anything? Wait. Already available. Read it and print it. Oh, wait. So what's this doing? If X. It shouldn't be here, right? Let's just Right, so this doesn't really do anything because it's constantly 360. I know what I'm doing wrong. Where am I? Yeah. This isn't doing anything because X and Y are these values. Because X is going to be 0 all the time. So I now need to do X equals and Y equals 1. Is it doing anything with Z? No. How are we doing on time? No? Don't feel like it? Alright, yeah. So now if I turn the compass, it should give me a different heading. Only I have no real way to verify if that's correct. But at least it's giving me a heading now. But the thing is, if I, let me see if I can get these both in the same view. So this is the compass, this is the receiver. That's what you're seeing now in the serial monitor. Put it over there. Even if I hold the yeah, that's what it said in the documentation. And it also said, and it did that a few times, and after that it never did it again, is that while it's in calibration mode, it just keeps returning 0 until there's enough data, and then it starts spitting out values. But it did that a few times and never ever again. So maybe that's stored somewhere, I don't know. But anyway, so this is when I turn the compass, the heading changes. But when I tilt it, so the heading doesn't change, the heading also changes. And that's why I need this MCU thing to tell the code that it's on an angle and to account for that. But I'm probably going to do that in a different live stream, because for now I wanted to start with having the raw data sent from one Arduino to the other, which it actually does now, and that happened a lot quicker than I expected. Right, so calibration code. So I can show you where it does that bit. Yeah, correct. And there is also a way to take into account the declination angle. But I was thinking I don't really need that, because, well, there is a bit of code that's being written for the combination of this MCU and the HMC 5883L, but I need to kind of combine those two to work with the QMC 5883L, so that can be a pain. Lines of magnetic field force don't run parallel to sea level. Those northerners. Yeah, and also this works with the Earth's magnetic field and points to the magnetic north, which is in a different spot from the actual north. But if your compass doesn't move, like north will always be the same north, even though it's not the correct north, it will still be the same. So you can use it to get an angle of where you're pointing. It's just not really usable for navigation, because eventually you'll be passing the North Pole while not at the North Pole yet. But that's only, I think, when you need it in combination with some kind of map or something. If you're not going anywhere, it doesn't really matter if it's off a few degrees, as long as it's off a few degrees constantly all the time, the same. So, but anyway, for now, I think this is enough. I still, when I do live streams, I concentrate so much for some reason, and I squint a lot, that I get a bit of a headache for some reason. Don't know why. I find it really difficult to relax, but that will come with time, I hope. It's also Monday today, isn't it? So maybe Brian's gonna do a stream tonight as well. That would be fun. A lot of people are streaming more and more now. There's this social isolation thing going on, social distancing or self-isolation. I don't need a TV anymore. I didn't even own a TV. Yeah, the thing is, it's distracting me from making videos. It kind of is. I work ahead. I have a few videos which are already edited and uploaded and are scheduled, and they go online each. Might do a live stream if I hit 250 subs this year. Well, in that case, go and subscribe to the Embedded Hobbyist, because I want to see him do a live stream this month. What was I saying? Can't remember. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If the sensor is fixed tilt-wise, it doesn't really matter. No. This is going to eventually, if it all works with a reasonable precision, be at the end of that crane I was talking about, and the end of the crane flexes due to the different loads attached and wind and things. So it is a problem because the crane's constantly moving, and thus the heading would constantly change even though it's not changing. So I have to do some tilt compensation. Oh right, yeah, that was what I was saying. I upload them and schedule them for each Sunday. So when I don't feel like, or don't have inspiration, or don't have time to make a video one week, there's still a video queued up. So that kind of relieves the pressure for me. And also I did that because I had very irregular working hours. And to keep some regularity to the channel, I program them or schedule them for each Sunday, 10 o'clock our time. So that's Amsterdam. But I have a few times where I was behind, and then it was Saturday and I struggled to make a video and it turned out really bad. But so I learned from that. Yeah, I have the same thing, James. Sometimes I really want to get some queued up, but then once they're uploaded and ready to go, I get really curious to see what people will think, and I used to not stick to the schedule of every Sunday at 10 o'clock uploading one. I did it randomly when I felt like it. Yeah, probably. Yeah, there are a few makers on YouTube. When I watch them, I think that is so effortlessly. How do you do that? I think it takes a lot of effort to make it look like it's effortless. But I'm not there yet. It takes a lot of effort, and it kind of looks like it takes effort. Yeah, it's. I guess you have to have some talent for that, or maybe it's just practice. Just getting more and more relaxed with what you're doing, and I think for me it would be a good idea to just stop caring what other people think. That happens to me a lot. Yeah, I've a lot of footage ends up on the editing floor. Periods of silence. Well, thanks, David, but I'm pretty good at hiding my true feelings. If you worry what other people think, you'll never get there. No, it's true, because whatever quality of work I do, and it's not just making videos, but it's also my job. I always think people think more negatively about me than actually they are doing, if that makes sense. I've quite high standards of myself, and I think other people have the same high standards of me, and actually they really don't. About 4 hours of footage to edit down to an average of 20 minutes. And that's the worst part. Editing things. I don't like editing. Because again, it's never good enough. And I sometimes also have a lot of footage, and then I'm complaining to myself, why did I make so much footage? And then when it comes to editing, I always wish I had more footage, or even actually better footage. Everyone hates editing. Well, I hate editing video, but when I'm editing audio, which I used to do a lot, and not anymore, but I really like that. I could listen to a 1 second long audio clip for 30 minutes without it bothering me. Just in a loop, over and over again, doing some equalization, compression and things. I didn't really care, but video, I don't know why. lots of stuff that would make it look less informed. Do you actually save all the footage that you cut out? Because I saw some videos of people. I saw some videos of people releasing videos never seen things before, and I would like to see that. Because for some reason I'm really curious, and not just you, James, but also the embedded hobbyist, everyone actually. What doesn't make it, and why? That's quite interesting. Maybe I'll do that sometimes. Just narrate myself or do a voiceover why I left certain things out. The most things I leave out is when I start stuttering. Sometimes I leave them in because it's fun, but usually those are the things that are cut out. Just me saying the same thing 5 times in a row and 5 times getting it wrong. But the meta live stream where you live stream a video edit session. Well, that would be fun, right? Just edit. I'm afraid actually my computer won't be able to handle that. All that CPU and GPU power needed. I think that will slow my process of editing way down. But I maybe could do it on 2 computers, one for screening and one for streaming and one for editing. Because I kind of like these behind the scenes videos. Kind of gives me inspiration how other makers on YouTube do their thing. But anyway, I was saying earlier, I think it's Monday. I'm pretty sure it's Monday. I'm thinking Brian's gonna do a stream tonight. For now, I'm gonna leave you here and go grab a bite to eat. Thank you so much for joining. It was fun. Thanks for your help, James. I really appreciate it. To me, you're kind of the program guru, so I learned a lot today. I hope to see you all tonight. If Brian's doing a stream or if anyone else is doing a stream. And of course, tomorrow, it's the Unexpected Maker stream again. I'll probably be there as well in the chat. Thank you for watching and hope to see you next time. Bye, David. Bye, James. Bye, the Embedded Hobbyist, and everyone else who's still here. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.